Every day's a good day, but I have no choice. This is the practice of awareness. I'm Ed Conley, and I give talks on practicing awareness, which is not giving you tips or 10 easy steps or advice or manuals. I practice awareness. Are you aware of how you look at a situation? Are you aware of your viewpoint? Are you aware of your assumptions? Let's practice awareness. But first, I'm 89 years old, and I've been practicing awareness since the 1950s. And I think when I became awake of practicing awareness, which is a question, the practice of awareness is the question, what am I? Who am I? Who am I? Not what is the world, or what is humanity, or what is the way to a better life, or what is the better job, or what is that, but who am I? What am I? You see, that is the existential question that ignites your practice of awareness. Practice of awareness is not arriving at a location where you can sit back and say, I've arrived at the other shore. I've attained happiness. I've attained my goal. I can just sit back and drink beer. I was in the Navy for 4 years. I enlisted in the Navy because I joined the Navy to find out who I was, and I found out I didn't want to be in the Navy. But I remember telling I was a sonarman in submarines in the late 50s, early 60s. And I remember telling my chief sonarman that I was going to get out of the Navy. And he patted the sonar gear. He says, no. You stay in for 20 years. You take care of this sonar gear, and the Navy will take care of you. And then after 20 years, you can just sit back and drink beer. Maybe pump gas to supplement your income. And that was his idea of practicing happiness. Just put in your time and sit back and drink beer and pump gas. I left the Navy. But this is a point that we believe happiness is to be attained. Change your marriage, change your job, change your car, change your washing machine. Happiness is to be attained by doing good works or the right thing or making the right choices, you see. But when we say every day is a good day, I have no choice, that changes everything. That's ironic. That challenges our very way of looking at our life and who I am, you see. Do you have a choice on who you are? Is that true? Do you have a choice? We all say, oh, yes, you do. The difference between American culture now is split between these two questions. Freedom, free will, or no free will, or limited free will. On the right, we have the belief in free will. If you're poor, just choose to be rich. If you're unhappy, just choose to be happy. You got free will, just do it. But if you're not happy, you can't just choose to be happy. Something's wrong with the commandment of free will. We have free will, but it's limited. It's conditional. So one side, on the right, say free will is unconditioned. Therefore, if you want to lift your life up, just choose to do it. And there's nothing wrong with that. but it's a limited viewpoint. On the other side, if you're born in a poor neighborhood, can you just choose to be rich? Or the choice, if you go to a restaurant, you can choose, you have free will to choose from the menu, but you're limited by the choices presented by the restaurant. If you go to an Indian restaurant, you can't choose Mexican food. But on the right, if you say you have free will, well then, yeah, if you go to just choose whatever food you want. You're not limited by the restaurant. And of course that doesn't work. That's ridiculous. So when you look at reality, choices are limited by the menu of choices that is presented to us. So if you're poor and you're brought up in a poor neighborhood with poor parents, your menu of choices is limited from the beginning. If you're brought up in a wealthy family with good connections, your choices from the menu is expanded. So there's a certain conditional dimension to free choice. So both are true. You have free choice. You don't have free choice. Now which is it? Choose. You see the dilemma here. This is Zen. The Zen master holds up a stick to his monks. And he says, if you say this is a stick, I'm going to hit you with it. Now, if you say this is not a stick, I'm going to hit you with it. Now choose. Which is it? Choose or I'm going to hit you. This is a dilemma. Free choice and our belief in free choice is a dilemma. We believe we have free choice, but we don't have free choice. Free choice is a dilemma. And so we can't get out, there's no way to choose to get out of the dilemma. This is the dilemma of consciousness. You know you could be better, but you can't just choose to be better. The problem is time. Choice requires time. For instance, if you want to choose a better job, it's going to take time. Whatever you choose is going to take time to realize that choice. But even time is a question. Now is no time. You're always now. Can you choose to be now? Obviously not. You're already now. How can you choose to be now? So this gets back to where we started. Every day is a good day. I have no choice. Every day is now. You have no choice but to be now. So every day is a good day. Every choice is a good choice. Not that there isn't a good and bad choice. But you are okay no matter what you choose. This is the revelation. This is practicing awareness. No matter what you choose, eggs or bacon or cereal, you're okay. Now this is a very immediate everyday choice that we make every day. You choose, what do you want for breakfast? Cereal or eggs and bacon? You choose, says the good wife. She wants you to have choices. What do you want? Eggs and you say, either one's okay. And she says, well, I wish you would choose. And I wish you would stand up for what you want. I don't know what you want, you see. I digress here because I'm running out of time. But anyway, this is the way my talks go. We inquire into these cotton balls that screw up our life, you see, and try to pull them apart. So follow. This is a continuous practice.